Good evening, my brothers and sisters. I'm Marjon Lumayag, a member of BCBP Tagbilaran East Chapter, and presently serving as our chapter's Social Action Ministry Head. Our ministry is currently in the middle of our humble program of helping the poor in this COVID crisis. But before I share out details of this endeavor, let me start with how I even accepted my position. You see, when our then PSD Bro Atong Renegado offered me the post, I was bitten by a virus called automatic refusal. I had no background in social action, and frankly, I didn't know what to do about it. But then I changed my mind later when I came upon a reflection written by Father Franlo Bardon, an SVD priest, who wrote in the daily meditation book entitled The Word in Other Words, and I quote, "Life abounds in opportunities. If we do not grab them, we lose our chance to grow and become better versions of ourselves. At times, we refuse them because we are afraid to pay the price, only to find out that they refused will be given to others who are more cooperative to the unfolding of God's grace. To reject them is to reject Jesus and the Father who sends Him." End of quote. That hit me. I was convicted and inquired at once from Bro Atong if the position was still open. He said it was, and so I was in. I just had to trust the Lord. He called me, so He would enable me. When the ECQ was implemented, I planned to continue our apostolate, but do it alone with my driver because of the social distancing policy. Also, going solo means faster distribution among the beneficiaries than with a group where we have to get a consensus and find a common timetable. I and my driver started with around 27 families comprising the homeless persons frequenting the vicinities of the St. Joseph Cathedral and the Old City Hall. Most of them are engaged in candle selling to sustain themselves daily. But the recent lockdown dried up their saves as nobody comes to our churches anymore. We provided them rice, blankets, and amakans or bamboo shingles. The funds and materials and were from my personal funds and well-meaning brothers. Next in the target were the squatters in one of the city barangays. But the number has grown to 67 families. The job would now be too heavy for only 2 persons. And so, I was debating within myself whether to call for reinforcements or not. But then, I was struck with another reflection a friend sent me, and I quote, "At some points in our lives, we prefer doing things on our own. We dismiss the idea of being with a partner or a team because this requires extra effort. Understanding and compromising with another person's ideas or in order to finish a goal seems tedious, when in fact we can just be silent and trust on our own abilities. However, this display of arrogance and confidence isn't what Jesus wants us to dwell on. Together with a team with members each having a particular gift to contribute. May we all move powerfully to proclaim His kingdom on earth. Let us look at one another as partners in this mission. May we see this community as a gift from God. End of quote. The Lord strongly reminded me that I belong to a community, and with this community, I must operate. Our action group was again called into social action, COVID or no COVID. The pandemic has affected everybody, but it is the poor who bear the heavier burden. Our chapter head, Bro Richie Prima, Father Vic, and I took charge in repacking the rice, and the others of the action group pitched in during the distribution to the beneficiaries. Bro Erwin Lumuthang lent his heavy-duty truck for the transport of the sacks of rice. Then we swung to another group also in need of urgent help, the scavengers in the city garbage dump site. They comprised 150 families. The job may not be glamorous, but the deep feeling of joy in sharing whatever we have with the less fortunate is priceless. I also realized that this pandemic we find ourselves immobilized by fear. But if we look beyond ourselves and see the extreme and urgent need of others, then we can transcend our fears and move into action. I'm thankful to God that He appointed me to head our social action ministry despite my limitations. Through it, I found that the image of Christ is clearer in the faces of the poor. I am also grateful to Him to let me see that doing the Lord's work is more fulfilling if done with brothers and sisters in our BCBP community.